In this video we're going to be looking over this Olympus Stylus Epic Zoom 115 35mm film camera, and I'm going to be putting it through a bunch of tests, hopefully matching what you would want to do if you had this camera in your hands and were inspecting it. And I have a battery and a scrap roll of film. These do not go with it in the sale, but they are just here for our testing purposes. So to get started, we're going to open the battery compartment and we're going to install the Type 1, 2, 3 battery and snap it shut, and that worked well. Then we're going to go around the back here and open this up. And before we load, let's just inspect the inside here. The surface here that the gasket goes against looks nice. The optics look nice. Generally looks quite good. And then over on this side we have a continuous rubber gasket all the way around. It feels soft and pliable. Pressure plate looks good. And so we are going to go ahead and load our film first by putting the film magazine over there and put the tail there into the take-up area. Close the door, and we hear it winding some film into the take-up area. So now if I open this up, you see the lens comes up, the flash comes up, and on the display we see picture number 1. I'm going to set this flash here to flash where it will for sure go off when I press the button. So now we're going to test that, and it worked. Now I'm going to set it for the red eye type, and you'll see it's the flickering, so that was working. Now I'm going to set the flash off, and I'm going to set the timer to come on. Okay, so we see a little timer indicator. So now if I just set the camera over here and point that at us and press the shutter button, okay, there we see the little red light come on, and we'll watch it complete its cycle. Blinking, and done. So the self timer is working. I think next we will look at this quartz date function, and now there's these 3 little buttons here, and the top 2 are for the quartz date feature, and the bottom one is for an early rewind if you'd ever want to do that. And to test out this quartz date feature, I'm going to press for the mode, and it comes up now with January 1st of 2000. And well, we're way past there, so I'm going to hold that in until the 00 is blinking, and then with the set button, pushing that, there goes 1, 10, 20, okay, we're up into the 20s, we're into the future now, 33, 34, 35, and then back to 2000. So this camera, the calendar in this camera will keep track of the right date up through the year 2035, which is a pretty long time into the future. And then similarly you can set the month and the date and the time, and then you can have either it displaying the date like that, or or the time, or back to all dashes. So the quartz date function setting, that all works. I did verify that the viewfinder zooms along with the lens, and we'll look at that. So that's working nicely. And I've also verified that the little focus for the viewfinder works, so that if you wear glasses or your eyes aren't real good without your glasses and you want to look through there, you can use this to help get things nice and sharp in there. So with it off, the display goes off. When it's turned back on, then up comes the flash, and the picture number that we were on is remembered. So now let's just finish these off. I'm going to shut that flash off. I don't want to run that every time. Okay, flash is off. Okay, now it has reached the end of that short little roll. So the lens retracts and the flash goes down, and now the camera is winding the film back into the housing. You can see 3, 2, 1, and it'll keep going to make sure that it's got it all. There, I heard it break free. And now we'll come up with the flashing E, which means that we can open up the camera and all of the film is back in the cartridge. So, all in all, it's a used camera, and it's got signs of use, but these were designed to be shoved in pockets, and so there will be wear on the edges like this. Nothing that looks like abuse, just use. So, an okay example of the Olympus Stylus Epic Zoom 115.